AP Ferg is here today, ladies and gentlemen.
What it do, what it do, what it do?
Oh, man, floor seats is amazing. I feel like you have like a delivery and a voice that I feel like I'm always going to like what you put out.
I was going to say the same thing with you.
Is that right?
Man, like, I'll be like, when I hear your voice, I'll be geeked out. I'll be like, man, this is the Angie that I've always listened to, ladies' nights. All of these things just goes through my brain.
Stop it.
I'm serious. And then to hear it in person, I'm like, yo, she really sounds like this.
Yeah. People always say that. You sound like yourself. I'm like, yeah, because it's me. It's so
That's
crazy.
That's crazy.
But you have a super, delivery. Like, you have my favorite type of delivery for a rapper.
How could you describe my delivery?
It's very Harlem.
Okay.
And it's very,
that was the first time I got that.
Really?
It's very Harlem.
Well, because maybe not in the typical Harlem sound, but in confidence, in like.
Oh, okay, flamboyant.
In flamboyance, yes. In I don't know. It just has that that Harlem. I don't know. Maybe you've changed what the Harlem sound is, you guys. So
probably. Yeah. I don't know. Well,
That's
you spent a lot of time in Harlem.
I was just in Harlem today. I went to see Dap today.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What you got made? Can you tell?
No.
Wow.
What you got made?
I guess. You
get stuff made all the time, right?
Not all the time, but I just recently got these 3 basketball suits made, like the jersey with the shorts.
Oh, dope.
But it's of course Gucci.
Yeah.
So custom made by Dapper Dan. 3 different patterns, and I did it to go out to Complex Con. Shut it down. I had these 3 different basketball outfits.
Shut it down.
Yeah, shut it down. Floor seats.
It's so I don't know. It's so dope to see. I haven't been to that spot's been there, I know, for a couple of years now, the new spot. I haven't been. It was the first time I went.
Probably like a year and some change.
It's so incredible to see. And then you walk in his shop, and then there's like iconic Rakim jacket. It just feels so dope to walk in there.
Man,
it's so classic.
It's amazing. It's so dope that it doesn't even say Gucci on it.
No,
but it's a brownstone in Harlem. Literally, I used to live on the same block until 3 months ago. I moved. I got a house. So now I moved to Jersey.
You moved out of Harlem?
Other rich
How
person.
How do you feel?
And on the East Coast.
How are you adapting?
I feel good because really I wanted to see where my money was going and get a house. So I got some property and stuff like that. But I was gonna say I used to walk from my crib to his spot and just hang out.
Yeah, it's a dope
all
spot
the time,
to hang out.
And just be looking at all of the new stuff Gucci sent from Italy and looking at the new materials. And
you known him since growing up, right?
Actually, I used to get clothes and stuff made from him when I was a kid, through my pops and stuff, because my father was his mentee and Dap was his mentor, and he came up together. He studied Dap, and Dap showed him the ropes and stuff, dealing with clothes and customization and all of that. But I ran into him a few years after, as I grown up, and this is probably when Work and Shabba was out, and I kind of bumped into him at a store. Well, I seen him in the store, and I hopped out in the car, in the middle of the street, ran up on him. He looking like, anybody in Harlem, you looking back
yeah,
who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And so we got acquainted, and we hung out, and I got 2 of my brother's prom suits made from him because he had to go to his girl prom and he went to his prom. So I got 2 Dap suits made from him. This is before he did the Gucci deal, everything.
And
we just started doing yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? The legend, the myth. And we started doing press and stuff because I felt like I wanted to put light on him. That he deserved. And he went underground. If you read his book, he talk about going underground. Because the feds came and got all his books and all of that stuff, took his designs because he was making too much money. He was knocking Louis Vuitton, Gucci, everybody out of business because everybody wanted to come to that. Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So he got scared and that shit made him paranoid. He moved to Africa, went underground, started fucking with people.
I can't wait to see that movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane.
That'll be a movie.
Shout out to that.
Can we talk about what's happening with you today? Can we talk about this, the accessorizing that's happening? Because this is very lovely.
So this is my G-Shock watch that I designed.
Okay.
I just took it out the box. You see the green? That's my signature green. That electric green with the clear bands. Primary colors on the inside, G-Shock Ferg collab watch. I dropped that early on in the year at Dover Street Market. 24 carats Karen. This is her ring. She made with different diamonds and rubies. and sapphires, and the same thing for the wrist.
And pearls, not the typical piece of
pearls,
jewelry I see on the rapper sitting across from me in the studio.
And also, like Will Bling, he made these. I got inspired by Kim Jones. That's the designer of Louis Vuitton. He was in office before Virgil, like right before Virgil came. Me and Rocky went to we had to do a Dior show. We wasn't supposed to be doing this shit in Paris. We went to Louis Vuitton LVMH offices to get like the rare shit that like was on runway, like the sneakers, because it's all size 10. I'm a size 10. Rocky's a size 10, and they had these Louis Vuitton jeans he was looking for. I'm like, how did you the Supreme Louis Vuitton jeans at the time? And you know, usually they don't do shit with the clothes. They burn the sneakers or like whatever. Like they don't do nothing with the clothes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What a waste.
So we like, yo, we going to get the samples. Like we going to get the runway goods. And Kim Jones, he had on 2 of these bracelets. Like he had a green one and like another, like a diamond one. And me and Rocky just went crazy. We was like, yo, we gonna get the ones over all the colors and all
that's
that.
Fly.
So that's how that came about.
That's super fly. Yo, how is your boy?
He's good.
Yeah?
He's good.
That
Rocky is
must have
amazing.
been a traumatizing, not just for him, but for everybody, for you, for the fam,
Hell
for everybody,
yeah.
right?
I mean, everybody was scared. Like, I mean, I spoke to his parents and his sister, and they couldn't do nothing about it. I'm like, yo, tell me more information. They asking me for information.
Oh, wow. So you guys were left in the dark.
Yeah, like he was in the dark. Like, you know YG song In the Dark?
Yeah.
Like, we was
that
really
was the theme song? That was the theme
that
song.
was the theme song in
It's
the
funny,
dark.
we could laugh about it now because he's out and he's free, but I'm sure in those moments it was very real, right?
It was very serious, and we wasn't able to talk to him for weeks.
That sucks.
And that was just crazy to me, like how we can't talk for weeks. Like, damn. Yeah. So I'm happy we made it through that whole ordeal.
Yeah.
And the first time I spoke to him, we spoke for like an hour. We was just like laughing. We was happy. We was like, yo, I'm like, first off, I love you. How's your mental? How's everything going? What are you doing? Like, what are you eating? Did you lose weight? What's your hair looking like? Like, you know what I'm saying?
What was his hair looking like?
He said, man, I got the Jim Jones braids right now. He said, you know, I'm Flacco, man. I'm still in here pretty, man. But yeah, he was just telling me like, you know, once they got a window who he was inside, like he had fans and stuff, like, so a lot of those inmates, they showed him love, thank God, and you know, it still was like not home. It still was like a very shocking and culture shock to everybody. And we did another call. It was me, Tyler the Creator, and ASAP Nas and ASAP Lou. And we were just talking. We hardly could hear one another, but we like be real quiet so I could hear, like, because it's connecting. We connecting to Sweden. It's like LA, New York, Sweden, and we just all trying to connect. But like we had some good laughs and stuff. And
it was a group chat, like a group chat.
It was a group chat.
It was a group talk. What is that called? I don't know.
Conference call.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thanks to the Kardashian family, like Kim, Kanye, for reaching out to everybody. Thanks Jay for reaching out. Thanks Juicy J for talking to me every day. Bun B for talking to me every day. Swiss Beats, Buster.
Wow.
Everybody that was reaching out, Pharrell. Everybody was reaching out to, like, you know, make his situation a way better situation.
No, people
and
definitely
that shit helped.
People definitely cared. Like everybody.
I mean, after a while, I was like, damn, shit, if Jay-Z trying to help and this motherfucker ain't get out yet, shit, what the hope is looking like.
Yeah.
But yeah, if everything worked, all of the energy, all of the prayers that everybody, you know, set out to get my boy out of help.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
Good for him. I love that he said when he got out that how much he appreciated it, and it kind of like humbled him and the whole experience. And you know what I'm saying? I can imagine that. I can't imagine it too, especially.
Yeah. Man, people like, I don't feel like you know, Kim get enough credit for like what she do, or Kanye or whatnot. But like, those are really good people. And when I say really good people, it's like they really, like, when we went to Sunday service when he came out, Kim was explaining that, like, it was 2 other guys that wasn't like that nobody knew about, which was Thado and Blotty. And they really made it a point to make sure those guys got out too and got lawyers and shit like that to get them out. So, and they didn't even know like where it came from. They just knew they was out. But like Kim,
did it come from Kim? Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
was it Kim, the lawyers or was it because they reached out to Trump or what? Do you know?
I mean, I don't know the politics of it, but you know, I've heard it out of her mouth. Like, you know, we picked like lawyers and stuff for you because we heard about y'all too. Like she told Blotty and Thotto.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's dope. So what happens now? What are y'all all doing now? I know you got tours and stuff to do right now.
Yeah, I'm doing music and promos with the legendary Angie Martinez.
Ferg. And you coming to the barbecue?
That's a fact. We might give away some stuff depending on what I got going on. You know I got a lot going on.
I heard you got some items.
I got watches, man. I got bikes now. I got new bikes.
What's the bike?
So I did a collaboration with Redline Bike. I designed the whole bike.
Dope.
It's a tribute to Dave Mirra, one of my favorite freestyle bike riders, BMX. And it's a dope bike. I always wanted to design a bike.
Are you gonna you should pull up to the barbecue on one of those.
I mean, I might come 100 deep. Shout out to Hennessy. That's my family too. If you need cases, holla at me.
Yes, they are sponsoring. There will be plenty of Hennessy for you.
I'm the Hennessy plug in New York.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I could get XO. I could get everything you need.
Really? Have you been
I just sent to Harry a whole case.
Have you been to France to the Hennessy? What are they called?
I went to Cognac. Yeah,
you went.
I went to Cognac. I made barrels. I met Maurice Hennessy, which is the heirs of the family.
Yeah.
I slept in the Hennessy house.
What is that like?
Amazing.
Are you drinking all the time or not really?
Literally.
Yeah.
Drinking all the time.
For breakfast.
I'm talking
Hennessy
about breakfast. Like they got big ass Hennessy bottles. Like as soon as you walk in, like shit you can't buy in the store. They got Hennessy from like the 1800s or some crazy shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That sounds like a good time.
Great time.
Yeah.
And then I also like, it's interesting, like when I went to Cognac, I drank like all versions of it because like when Hennessy first, like the first, it's a process. The first thing that comes out looks like this, like it's like clear. And then like the barrels give it the taste and the color.
Oh, really?
So the stages, they made me, I sip stages of it. Like, and when you drink it like this, that shit is raw. Like it burns.
Yeah.
That like it's hot. And then they got these little sinks, these little cute sinks that you got to take a swab of water after you taste the Hennessy and spit it out, and then you go to the next one, and it gradually gets darker as it ages through the barrels. So thank you, Hennessy, for teaching me about cognac making and the proper way of sipping it and drinking it.
That's so fly.
Yeah.
Okay, Ferg.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
It's out here.
You know, we've been drinking Hennessy all our life. I mean, you got to do it.
Drink it differently now.
Yeah, we drink it different. Well, I probably don't drink it a little differently, but I went to the source.
Yeah, and got it done properly.
Exactly.
All right, so album is out. Big billboard in Times Square.
Man, that's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
Shout out to Spotify, man, for doing that. Like, that's love.
Yeah.
And it's up longer than I even expected it to be. So
did you go down there to see it? You went down to see it or no?
Man, for like 3 days straight. I mean, I've been doing meetings and like a lot of press, so like I'm looking at it every day.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because most of these buildings I go in, I can see it from every angle, every
That's
window.
So dope. Yeah. That never gets old, especially if you're from New York. There's something about a billboard in Times Square.
Man, that's all I want is more billboards.
That's
I need more billboards.
That's it?
I need more billboards.
Okay.
I need more radio play.
Okay.
I love hearing myself on the radio.
Okay.
I'm like, you remember that scene where they heard themselves on the radio on the 5 Heartbeats?
Yes, that's
Was it the 5 or the Temptations? It was one of them joints.
5 Heartbeats.
And they heard themselves on the radio. That's me every time I hear myself.
Okay, we gotta work on that. I go crazy. We gotta do that. So you want more radio spins? You want more billboards? What else?
I'm putting it in the air.
Okay, put it all out.
More. I'm putting it in the universe. More covers.
Okay, more covers.
I'm like Khaled, like when he went up to like
More
Hot 97 and he's like, yo, I need everything, yo. I need more covers. I need all that shit. Like, I need all of that.
You need all of it.
Yeah.
You're doing all right for yourself. Yo, it's crazy. Yesterday was a 6-year anniversary. Is that right? Of the first album?
Yes.
Does that not feel crazy to you?
It does feel crazy. And what makes it feel crazy, because I was talking to Brian Leach about this. Brian is who signed me and signed Rocky. I I was just saying, like, 6 years, like, what you could do with your life in 6 years.
Yeah.
And what I've done with my life in 6 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just so amazing. I'm a testament to show that, like, you can keep evolving and you could change your life. And, like, what I was doing 6 years ago. Like,
what were you doing 6 years ago? What are you doing now?
6 years ago, if I dropped Trap Lord, I was living in my mom's house. I didn't have my own apartment. I was recording on GarageBand because I didn't want to spend money going to do studio sessions.
Wow.
I was recording myself. I will also go to Crystal Kane's house, which is one of my good friends that, you know, engineered and helped me groom my style and everything like that as far as like delivery and shit. I was developing myself. Like I used to say Rick Ross ad-libs on my songs.
What do you
now
mean?
I got my own ad-libs.
What do you mean?
Huh. I used to be like, huh. And I'm like, man, I was like, this ain't it. Like Rocky was going to it's it for Rick Ross because he the boss, but
yeah,
like I needed to do my own thing. Like Rocky was going to like all these different labels and stuff, playing my music, and I'm like, I felt embarrassed that I was using Rick Ross ad-libs. So I was like, man, I got to figure out my own ad-libs like Jeezy and Rick Ross.
Does Ross know that? Have you ever told him that?
No, he know now.
He know now. he's sharp enough. He might have picked up on it when he heard if he
That's
heard
a fact.
any of them.
I mean, big influence.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was doing Ross ad-libs.
That's amazing.
And then yo, labels was kind of shitting on me too at first. Like they was like they didn't get it. They didn't get it at all. And
well, because you were doing Ross ad-libs. You hadn't defined your.
You're right. And then Flacco, like he fought for that. He's like, nah, I'm telling you, he the truth. This is it. So I thank Flacco for that too. And yeah, like
6 years later,
Brian made a promise to me. I never even said this on the radio. Brian made a promise to me because when we was getting calls for the ASAP Worldwide deal, it was 1 million people calling us, like talking crazy numbers. Yo, we got $4 million for y'all. We got this. Imagine a kid living at his mom's house, working a security job, and like somebody calling talking about click $4 million. Click, we lying for what? Hanging up on everybody. Ain't no $4 million you giving us. You trying to gas us. But it was for real, like, and they was like,
wow,
trying to reach out through my parents and my uncle and yo, I know Kim Ferg, yo, I know T Ferg, I know all like, and we started doing meetings. One guy that got to me was Gino, my first manager, me and Rocky first manager, and Gino introduced me to Brian Leach. Brian Leach gave us the deal.
Was it the $4 million deal?
That was, I think we got three and some change.
All right, changes your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think the niggas that was talking about $4 million, they wasn't.
What do you do with the $3 million when you're fresh out the mom's apartment?
I mean, we do what we did.
Which is what?
Glow the fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, more Jeremy Scotts, more Rick Owens, more Margellas, more Versace shirts, more.
The crazy thing is, normally somebody would say that's a waste of money because you're gonna spend all your money on clothes and stuff. But for you guys, it was like an investment, right? Because you're creating a brand and a style.
I didn't go too crazy with like my first check. What I did was I went and brought me some Alexander Wang shit. I went and brought me some Givenchy shit. I got my first pair of grills, and I got me some equipment, so I don't have to go to the studio.
Got it.
And I started recording myself, and that's how I recorded most of my shit. I mean, then I got a budget from the label to like go in a real studio and do shit.
But you didn't move out the crib. You stayed.
I basically built myself. I built myself like that way. Like I charged myself like I was the studio and built myself that way. I got that money.
Got it.
I wasn't like, I was still like on penny pitching time. I was like, yo, I can't. I ain't got no bread like that. I can't be, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
But you didn't move out the crib.
I didn't move out my mother crib right away.
Till now?
Nah, hell no.
Oh, I don't know. You just said you just bought a house. I don't know if you've been there the whole time.
No. I just bought a house. I moved my mother to Jersey.
Oh, got it.
About 4 years ago.
How dope is that?
Yeah, that was amazing. I got her house, but way before I got a house.
Tell me that day.
And I wasn't living with her, so I'm like, you know, I can't be doing, you know, I can't get crazy in mom's house like that. So that was amazing because, like, that's a dream. Like, she told me one of her dreams was to go to Hawaii. I took her to Hawaii, and I was like, that's fire. OD fire. It was just me and her.
Bucket list for mom.
Bucket list.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was light. She need to be like, what was happening was our building, like some people was coming to buy the building, and like the landlord wasn't keeping up with like the stuff and everything like that. We owned our apartment, but it was like they was buying the property, so we could have lost the apartment type shit. It was like some logistics happening, and I'm like, we can't risk none of that. Like, we gonna sell the apartment. I'm gonna get you a house. I did mad walkthroughs, all of that shit, saved the bread, got my mom's a crib.
Wow.
That was one. And then, like, I already had an apartment and shit like that. Somebody tried to get in my first apartment. It was like a ladder going into my...
What do you mean?
It was like, I was in Harlem, so, like, I always wanted to stay in Harlem. Like, I'm like, yo, no matter how big I get, I was on some big pun shit.
Yeah.
Like, platinum records, living in the Bronx type shit.
Yeah.
Like, Remy would tell me, like, this motherfucker had platinum records, living in the Bronx. He took 2 apartments, put them shits together, broke down a wall. Like, had guns like and fun. Shit. That's big pun. Like, I'm hearing these stories. I'm like, yo, I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be the fucking king
of Harlem.
Living in Harlem. But, like, you know, I just wanted to, so I had my first apartment, and then I got my second apartment because, like, I needed some security and people to, but I still stayed in Harlem. I got, like, me a crazy condo, like, on 120th and 5th Avenue. Like, I would still go to the store and shit. People would see me. They knew I was in the hood, but, like, it was really nice, like, doorman, shit like that. But I'm like, man, I'm spending way too much money on rent. So I'm like, man, I'm giving these white people all my money. I need to be getting my own house.
Yeah.
And paying mortgage.
But wait, somebody got in your crib in the stair with a...
They didn't. They tried to. They tried to pull a AC unit out to get through my window. And that shit made me hella paranoid.
Yeah, I bet.
So I was like, man, I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to leave Harlem, though. So I just got a better crib, more secure, sleep better. But then there was, like, noise. I would hear, like, crackheads outside and shit. I'm like, man, I'm getting too much money for this. I gotta go somewhere.
I need a crib. And it's also a better investment to invest, I guess, in a piece of property and a house.
But I come to the city every day, and I always drive through Harlem. Like, I come visit my family and shit. And, yeah.
You having withdrawals, or you feel all right?
No, I feel good. Okay. I feel good because my neighbors is nice. Like, all my neighbors is nice.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You're lucky.
I got white neighbors. I got Indian neighbors. I got Egyptian neighbors.
Do they know what you do?
Yeah, they all know what I do. They all know I'm on a block in the neighborhood. They all respect it. They know they all respectable people. And they got their own money, too. They be doing their own thing. I come to their house, have wine for dinner.
Oh, that's nice.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to be your neighbor.
I got doctors. I got lawyers. I got all type of people
that's so fly.
I'm mingling with. And that's another thing too. I wanted to evolve as a person. I wanted to have different conversation. I wanted to grow. So I had to align myself around people that's grown and learn something different. Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. That's so dope. All right, so what do people need to know? Album is out.
Album is out. Floor Seats.
Floor Seats. There's a tour starting. When do you start?
November 7th. I start.
Oh, you have time.
Yeah, I go on tour with Made in Tokyo and Murder Beats.
Yep.
Murder Beats keep telling people that he's gonna burn all my fans out before I get on stage. We're gonna see what happens.
It's a little competition.
Yeah, I got a lot of energy, bro.
It doesn't worry you are you going overseas or anything? And are you worried to go overseas?
I'm not worried to go overseas. I just came from overseas. I did like some F1 racing stuff. Out there, and I was just overseas. I was in Hungary, and that was the night before Rocky came back home. I had to fly from Hungary to LA.
But do you feel different now? Like, is there a little bit of... No, you don't let it get to you.
I just move different. Like, I know what's out there for us. I know that being a black man, period, being a minority, you know, they're expecting us to fail and fuck up and all of that shit. So that's the way I feel. Like, so I just move very... Not like... I'm loose, but, like, I'm not, like, doing no bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm not running around with no... I've never been on no bullshit, so...
You careful.
I'm very careful. Like, people know how I roll. Like, I'm not even with 1 million security guards. Never. Like, it's just, I don't give off that type of energy to feel like I got to protect myself in that way. I'll be walking in the streets. Like, I'll be really outside all the time, everywhere I go.
Please be careful.
Yeah, very. But I'm not like in the streets like on motherfuckers' corners and shit. Like I'm talking about like I'll be in Soho or something like that, but like I'm not like on somebody's block in the hood. Like I ain't got nothing to prove being on nobody's block. Like I did that.
You did that. Yeah. What's the reaction to the album been? I saw you play it for Pharrell, which was dope. That little clip was dope.
It's amazing. Like his opinion matters, and he loves it. He loved floor seats. It's crazy. The response, the love, everybody posting it. Thank y'all, all the artists, because artists don't be wanting to post people's shit unless they really fuck with it.
Yeah.
Yo, music is a very intimate thing. I feel like for you to, it's almost like eating food or like something. It's like you ain't gonna eat everybody cooking and shit like that. You gonna go to a restaurant, eat what you know all the time. People aren't receptive to letting music in them like that and what they hear, because I know I ain't listening to everybody's shit and I ain't posting everybody's shit, but like people who posted my shit, that meant so much, because it's like that mean like damn, they really feel a connection. Exactly. Yeah. So thank y'all. Timbaland helped me curate the whole list.
Dope.
We sat down and I played so much music for him, because like for what Timbaland and Pharrell did for me was they changed the sound and they pushed music and innovation in music, and I just feel like that's what I want to do. I want to challenge our listeners. I want to push the sound forward. I want to do shit that ain't been done. If I can make my own genre, that's what I want to do. But like we need to start moving forward in that direction. So what Timbaland did was he was like, yo, these are like 40 songs. We need to make 7 songs.
Wow.
7 songs need to make it. And he like this one's, and we just started like doing process of elimination, and we got down to about 15. And
did you agree with all his decisions?
I did.
Yeah,
I did. We also had like women in there. We had friends, so like they like see they dancing to it. The girls is like they want that one, and we created a great mesh of like dope songs that I feel like is pushing it forward.
Dope.
The music.
Timbaland's an interesting choice. I mean, that's an interesting choice for you.
Yeah. Also, Dion, my manager, of
course,
he helped me curate it as well. But why would you say Timbaland is an interesting choice?
Just because, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised for you, but I don't know. I feel like he's been a little quieter lately. It's not like he's been out doing as much as he used to do, and I see him collaborating with different people, but I think he's been. I don't know. I just feel like you went and got him, like you handpicked him and went and got him.
I mean, but that's what I always do.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if you listen to Trap Lord, my album, I went back and worked with Bone Thugs. I went back and worked with Be Real.
Yeah.
For the Shabba Ranks remix, I went back and got
Shabba, which was so fucking dope.
Man, if I could dig people in the ground and get Biggie or goddamn Selena or some shit, I'd do that shit too. Like.
I bet you would. You got to get a sample or something. Get a Biggie. It's got to be something.
In all respect. I know that sounded probably crazy. But
No, I get it. Is there anybody else that's on the horizon that you want to go snatch up?
Man, we just have to wait and see. That's all a part of like the allure. Yeah. But I want to work, man. I just love working, and I love working with people I love working with. But I think I'm an interesting artist because I love all of these different people that did everything for music, and I love all of the new artists as well.
Yeah.
Like I love what Childish Gambino is doing. I love Tyler the Creator. I love Corday. I love Jid. I love
Corday is really dope, right?
Corday is amazing.
Yeah.
I love Jid. I love man, there's so many I love.
Well, that's a good cosign. You just gave all those people a cosign.
Yeah, I could think about more, but I would be here all day. It's a lot of artists now.
All right, well we gotta get the album, everybody. We're gonna see you at the barbecue.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. I'm happy you're coming.
Shout out to all of the females too that's on my project. Y'all inspired this project, the female movement. Rico Nasty, Brent Fires. We did a crazy joint with Salon Remy called Dreams, Fantasies, and Fairy Tales. Me and Todd Dollar Signs did a joint called Ride for the females. Me, Asian Doll, my new artist, Antha. We did a joint called Wigs together. Frankie P on the beat. We got Tweak's tune. Tweak, come here real quick.
Hi.
This dude is amazing to me, and I'm not bullshitting you,
How you doing? Nice to meet you, man.
This guy, you can talk it to the mic. Angie Martinez, Tweak.
What's up, baby? Nice to meet you.
Look,
Pleasure.
This guy is a very important part of culture because he started off like dancing, the light feet movement, all of that stuff. He comes from that school, so he understands movement and sounds. He started producing. His production is out of this world. We have a sound we pushing called Sewer Sounds, where it's like very experimental.
Love that name.
It's very industrial. It's very dance. It's very drum and bass. It's very hip hop. It's everything you love. Electronic, cinematic. He produced Wham for Me and Made in Tokyo, and he also produced Butt Naked. Yeah, with me and Rico Nasty. To me, he is Pharrell and Timbaland together.
Woo!
Does
that make you uncomfortable?
I mean, that's the best way I can describe this man. He's been in a room with P. He's produced with Timbaland.
Dope.
So like I have you're gonna be hearing a lot from this dude.
Good to meet you, man.
Thank you for
Congrats on everything.
Thank you.
Pleasure. You coming
I hate comparing people, but
come to the barbecue on Sunday.
That's the level I look at you.
I need all of that happening.
But thank you so much, Angie,
man, it was a pleasure. Thank you. Congrats on the album and everything.
And promote my stuff.
Always, my love. One time, AP Ferg, 505.1.